In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on November 28, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Indiana versus Gonzaga. The consolation bracket of the Battle for Atlantis tournament kicks off on Thanksgiving Day, featuring a clash between the number 14 Indiana Hoosiers and the number 3 Gonzaga Bulldogs. Indiana suffered a devastating loss in their opening round game against Louisville, falling 89-61 as 3.5-point favorites. Meanwhile, Gonzaga was stunned by an upset at the hands of West Virginia, losing 86-78 despite being heavily favored by 15.5 points. Both teams now look to recover and salvage their tournament run. Indiana finds itself in a difficult position after an eye-opening defeat in their first game. The Hoosiers seemed to underestimate Louisville, and their shortcomings were fully exposed. Now, they must contend with a Gonzaga team that remains one of the nation's top programs, despite their own surprising setback against West Virginia. It's worth noting that Gonzaga's poor performance is likely an outlier rather than a trend. Elite teams like the Bulldogs rarely have back-to-back off nights. Players like Graham Ike, Michael Adjei, and Ryan Nembhard were held to just 7 or fewer points in the loss, a scenario that is unlikely to repeat itself. Indiana's usual advantage lies in their size, but against Gonzaga, this edge is neutralized. With a dominant inside presence like Ike and a strong bench contribution from Ben Gregg, who stands 6'10" and recently scored 19 points against West Virginia, the Bulldogs have the tools to counter Indiana's strengths. Additionally, Gonzaga's coaching staff, led by Mark Few, will undoubtedly analyze Indiana's vulnerabilities from their first-round game and exploit them effectively. While it's important to avoid labeling any result as a fluke, Gonzaga's loss to West Virginia feels like an anomaly. In most matchups, the Bulldogs would likely come out on top. On the other hand, Indiana's defeat against Louisville seems more indicative of their current form and potential struggles this season. One glaring issue for the Hoosiers was their lack of ball control, as they committed a staggering 23 turnovers in their opening game. Against a team as efficient as Gonzaga, such mistakes will be punished severely. The Bulldogs thrive on capitalizing on opponents' errors and could turn those turnovers into a decisive margin. Given the circumstances, Gonzaga appears well positioned to bounce back, and backing them as the favorite seems like the smart choice. The Bulldogs are consistently one of the strongest teams in the country, boasting a high-octane offense capable of securing double-digit wins. So far this season, Gonzaga has recorded 5 wins, 4 of which have come by margins of 13 points or more. With their firepower and the matchup advantages they possess, the Gonzaga Bulldogs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Offensively, Gonzaga remains elite, ranking 2nd in Ken Palm's adjusted offensive efficiency with an impressive average of 124 points per 100 possessions. They're also scoring an average of 93 points per game, placing them 6th nationally. Indiana, while not on the same level offensively, has been productive, averaging 81.5 points per game while shooting an impressive 51.7% from the field. Both teams favor an up-tempo style of play, with Indiana ranking 84th and Gonzaga 81st in Ken Palm's adjusted tempo metric, each averaging 70.5 possessions per 40 minutes. Despite their recent loss, Gonzaga's offensive depth and versatility make them a formidable opponent. They boast a dynamic backcourt led by Nembhard and Hickman, while Khalif Battle provides athleticism and shooting on the wing. Inside, the combination of Ike and Gregg creates a nearly unstoppable duo, while Gonzaga's defense has shown vulnerabilities, allowing 86 points to an unranked West Virginia team. Their offensive prowess ensures they can trade buckets with any opponent. Given both teams' preference for a fast-paced game, this contest is likely to become a high-scoring affair. For these reasons, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Arkansas versus Illinois. The Arkansas Razorbacks and the Illinois Fighting Illini are set to face off this Thursday in a thrilling college basketball matchup at the T-Mobile Center. Both teams have shown promise this season and bring intriguing storylines to the table. The Razorbacks come into this game riding high after victories over Little Rock and Maryland Eastern Shore. Their schedule ahead includes challenging games against Miami, UTSA, and Michigan. Meanwhile, the Fighting Illini have also secured wins over Maryland Eastern Shore and Little Rock, with upcoming contests against Northwestern, Wisconsin, and Tennessee. The Illinois Fighting Illini boast a strong 5-1 record this season and are fresh off a dominant 92-34 win against Little Rock. Their performance against the spread is 4-2, while they are 2-4 in terms of over-under outcomes. Impressively, Illinois has been undefeated at home with a perfect 5-0 record. Offensively, the Illini average an impressive 89 points per game, ranking 13th in the nation, while defensively, they allow just 59 points per game, which is also the 13th best nationally. Despite their high scoring, Illinois' shooting percentages are modest, with 44.8% from the field and 33% from three-point range. They perform slightly better at the free throw line, shooting 70.4%. One of their standout strengths is rebounding, as they lead the nation with an average of 50.2 rebounds per game. The Arkansas Razorbacks have also started their season strong, carrying a 5-1 record into this matchup. They are coming off a commanding 109-35 victory over Maryland Eastern Shore. The Razorbacks have struggled slightly against the spread at 2-3-1 and share a 2-4 over-under record with Illinois. This game marks their first road outing of the season. Offensively, Arkansas averages 81 points per game, placing them 101st nationally. On defense, they allow just 59 points per game, ranking them as the 14th best defensive team in the country. Arkansas displays efficient shooting, hitting 50.3% from the field and 35.5% from beyond the arc. At the free throw line, they convert 75.7% of their attempts, which is 64th in the nation. Their rebounding numbers, however, are less impressive, as they average 36.5 boards per game, ranking 204th. This matchup promises to be an exciting contest, as both teams aim to prove themselves after faltering in earlier key tests. Arkansas fell convincingly to Baylor, while Illinois was soundly defeated by Alabama. This game provides an opportunity for redemption, with both teams eager to demonstrate their capabilities. A case can be made that Arkansas enters this game as the stronger team, particularly given their recent offensive surge. As underdogs, the Razorbacks appear to be a solid pick to cover the spread. In the team's only previous meeting last season, Arkansas claimed a 73-63 victory at home. For this matchup, Illinois is entering as slight -2 favorites, which adds intrigue to the prediction. Both squads have been exceptional this season, with Illinois winning by an average margin of 30 points and Arkansas by 22 points per game. Their defensive prowess is evident, as the teams combine to allow just 118 points per game, ranking them both among the top 14 in the nation. Additionally, their combined 8-4 record to the under and last year's total score of 134 points suggests another low-scoring game could be on the horizon. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Oklahoma versus Arizona. The battle for Atlantis continues with second-round action featuring a compelling matchup between the Oklahoma Sooners and the number 24 Arizona Wildcats. Oklahoma enters this game following a hard-fought victory over Providence, narrowly winning 79-77 in a contest where they failed to cover the 3.5-point spread. On the other hand, Arizona made an emphatic statement in their first-round game, dismantling Davidson 104-71 and comfortably covering as 15.5-point favorites. While Arizona showcased their dominance in the opening round, it's important to note that their opponent, Davidson, is widely regarded as the weakest team in the tournament and is likely to finish last in this bracket. This context tempers the Wildcats' performance somewhat. Star guard Caleb Love hasn't been at his best this season, despite scoring 20 points in the opening game of the tournament. His recent form before this game included 3 performances of 10 or fewer points. Meanwhile, Oklahoma boasts a talented roster, led by a standout freshman who has exceeded expectations. Jeremiah Fierce has been a revelation for the Sooners, contributing 20 points and 7 assists in their first-round victory. Additionally, Jalon Moore, who was averaging 19 points per game entering the tournament, is expected to deliver a stronger performance in this matchup. It's difficult to bet against Oklahoma until they suffer a clear defeat. Their unbeaten 5-0 record is no fluke, largely thanks to their stellar defense. The Sooners rank 39th nationally in adjusted defensive efficiency, allowing just 97 points per 100 possessions. Arizona has struggled offensively against elite defenses like those of Duke and Wisconsin, and if they face similar issues here, Oklahoma's strong defensive presence could keep them competitive. As underdogs, the Oklahoma Sooners to cover the spread as underdog is our full game side pick. Arizona's style of play is characterized by its rapid pace, as they rank 6th in the nation in tempo. Their deep bench allows them to maintain this speed without wearing down, with multiple contributors capable of stepping up. In their first round win, their leading scorer played just 18 minutes but still hit 5 three-pointers and totaled 21 points, showcasing the team's depth and offensive firepower. Oklahoma's backcourt pairing of Elvis and Fears combined for an impressive 46 points in their opening win, suggesting the Sooners have the firepower to engage in a high-scoring affair. Arizona's explosive 104-point performance less than 24 hours ago is likely to carry over, forcing Oklahoma to increase their tempo to keep pace. Given this dynamic, the game is expected to feature a back and forth scoring battle. As a result, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.